Hi guys, it's Tony again. How are you doing today? I hope this video is a little bit more quiet for you. So the last one was on a busy road. It was tea time, and it's just like the M25. Anyway, I'm talking about loneliness again and about being lonely in a partnership. But I'm calling this video "Don't Put All Your Eggs in One Basket." And what I mean by that is that the people who are watching this video possibly may be thinking, well, I'm waiting for my partner to come home from work. He's always working. She's always working. She's working late shifts. She's always working. We never see each other. We never have any quality time together. That's the thing, time. And you think about going back to how it used to be before you guys got involved in mortgages, car payments, holidays, credit cards, debit cards, credit. Remember, you've got to think like if you hark back to the days when you just met, you guys would have been all over each other, and she would have moved mountains to be with you, and he would have moved mountains to be with her. The problem is, over time, relationships get complacent. And what happens is, a lot of the time, he will start going down the gym a lot. He will start seeing his friends a lot. So he will be like going out at, say, 9 o'clock and coming back at 8 or 9 o'clock. Now, that is not a relationship. That is a red flag. And it's the same with her. If she's meeting friends after work or going down to the gym and she's doing, she's leaving the house at 8 o'clock and coming back at 8, that's no good either. We all got to get money in. That's the way it is. But, what do you guys really want? And the thing is, if you're at home waiting like a pet dog for his lordship or a ladyship to come through the door, then that is a red flag. You should be filling up your time with your own stuff. And the reason I'm calling it this video is don't put all your eggs in one basket, is simply because that's what people do these days. A lot of people do. They make their partner or their boyfriend or girlfriend their life. And that's like, you can't do that, because people are flakes. They'll flake out of dates, they'll flake out of ringing you, they'll flake out of being with you. We live in such an unreliable society now, where you can't, if you say you just met someone, oh man, everything's great, things are sweet, he rocks your world, she rocks your world, that is fine, but you still got to keep your other options open. I'm not talking about seeing loads of men and women. That's not the way I'm talking about. Just keeping up your hobbies, your interests, your goals, because she will give you more respect for that. That is for sure. If you just give everything up and just wait for her to come through the door, you are going to be so disappointed. I did that for 19 years. The last 10 were the worst. The 9 before weren't so bad. She was in a part-time job. She had loads of hours. We were together more. We didn't have expensive holidays, but we had each other, and that was enough. That was like everything I wanted. Then she got a full-time job. Then she got a career, and then our time together was just like less and less and less. And I became isolated and lonely. And so what did I do? I went on Facebook, which caused huge amounts of rows. And the problem is, if you're on your own, this is how affairs start. I'm sorry, but this is how it starts. People go on Tinder, people go on all these other sites, and they're looking for options. Again, red flags. Because if you are neglected. If you're watching this video, you are neglected. And they are neglecting you. It's negligence, and you can divorce someone in the UK for that. It's divorceable. Ironically, it's like, didn't pay attention, was never there for me, was never there for the kids, was never there for, just had every excuse in the book to say, nah, sorry, I'm working late, or nah, I've got this to do, nah, sorry, did I not tell you I'm working till 8 o'clock? Did I not tell you I'm working till 12? No, that's not a partnership. That's not a life, And the reason that happened is because you allowed them to be your world, and you've got to. She cannot be your world. Neither can he be your world. There's too much going on between, and this is what happens. This is exactly what happens, isn't it? You know. So what happens in the end is that you become very lonely, you become depressed, you get on all sorts of pills, you get down, you're on meds, you're not sleeping. And I've said it all before, you can have the nicest car, the nicest, everything could be perfect in your life. The best cars, the best houses, the best holidays. But if he or she is not there to share them with you, then what's the point? These are all meaningless items. And yet, as humans, we strive for, we strive for things, our latest phones, the latest this, the latest that, the latest TVs, the latest cars, the latest tech, vacations. But does it matter? Nothing means anything if you are lonely. And that's why, to refresh this video, putting all your eggs in one basket, think about where you were before you met this person, and maybe that'll give you an idea of what you need to do to get yourself back out of that. And if this person is putting just work, then you need to get rid of this person. Just get rid. End of story. Because there's people out there that will give you the time, that don't want fancy, expensive dinners and meals and cars and chauffeurs and houses and yachts. They just want you and your company, to walk together, to share time together. It's free and it means the world. And yet people there's always an excuse. Well, I've got to pay me bills. But the ones that work all the hours are the very ones that are the worst with money. My ex-girlfriend was the same, just completely crap my money. Your husband might exactly be the same, running up bills, running up credit cards, wasting money at the pub, the club, the bars, and then he's having to work 12-hour shifts to pay for it. So you're at home, the housewife or the house husband waiting in, the tea's on the table, he's not in, it's cold, it's burnt, it's in the dog. And you're sat there thinking, what am I doing? And that is it. You've answered your own question. But to dig yourself out, the only way that they are going to respect you properly is by you doing your own thing and not waiting around. If you wait around for the phone call, it'll never happen. In England, there's an old saying, to watch your cat, it's like a watched kettle doesn't boil. You guys might know that. A watched kettle never boils. And when you're walking away from a kettle, bam, it's boiled. Like, wow, goddamn, that was the quickest kettle in the world, I was like, wow. So, and it wasn't that because you were busy occupying yourself. But the respect that you get from your partners will go down and down and down if you are just on your own waiting for them to come through the door, or, they are just working all the time, and they will always offer you some lame ass excuse like, oh, the work needs me, they need me, the short staff, the this, that, and the bollocks. If they want to be with you, they will drop everything and just say, I'm going to be with you right now. Screw the job, Every once in your work, but I'm talking about people who work in overtime, who are every day, they're just gym bunnies, they're like workaholics. It's like, I can't let the boss down, he's asked me so many times, I can't, we're short staffed. Excuses don't fill your bed. They don't keep you company, and don't allow it. Just don't allow it. Just say, I'm sorry. And if they come out with some like, I need to pay the bills, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, then walk away. Because there's loads of people who don't value money. They value your time and your company, not over money. I mean, what is the point in having a nice meal together, costing a lot of money, and then the next day she's having to work overtime to pay for it all, and you're like at home going, I'd just rather have had her company, to be honest. And I bet the meal was overpriced. It was undercooked. It was busy. Ah, man. You know, prioritize what you want. Get what you want. You deserve better. Don't put these people in, you know, because they will let you down. People are flakes now, complete flakes, and you deserve better. Literally, it is better to be on your own completely than to be in a lonely relationship, because then you are relying on that person to make you feel happy, if that makes sense. And that's something that you shouldn't go down, because you can't rely on people to make you happy. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to get married and live happily ever after, and that's the fairy tale. But unfortunately, that ain't the reality anymore. People are very lonely, and you know, that's because the partners aren't prepared to give you the time you deserve. They've always got something else to do that's more important than you. And when that happens, you need to say enough's enough. If they don't, or they come up with an excuse, then you need to just move on with your life. Trust me, I've been there. I was there for 19 years. You know, I should have moved on quicker, but you know, I thought things will change. I filled up my day with Facebooks when I wasn't doing stuff. She was doing. This is how it gets. It's a vicious circle, guys. Break it. Don't, like I say, respect yourself and value yourself. If you value yourself and place a high value on your time, then they will value you. They will automatically respect you more. They're not going to say, oh, well, my wife's always about, husband's always about, whatever. They're just going to knock that shit straight on the head, and they're going to go, yeah, I better not pull that shit, because my wife ain't going to be that. My girlfriend's just not going to accept that. My boyfriend's not going to accept it. They're just going to like move on. Like, nah, you know? And that's it. And if they turn around and say, well, I've got to do this, I have to do this, you know I have to do this, move on. Move on. Don't accept loneliness. Don't accept it. Life is short, guys. Live it. Catch you later. Bye for now.